was a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I have today.
Hello, good morning. This is 1100 WSG. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and this is One Street Over. What you doing one street over from where you live, and what's going on one street over from where you live, and that's what this is about. An opportunity to find out, and of course we got fair books laying everywhere because that's what's going on this week at the fair. We've got, it kicks off tomorrow with the parade. Yeah, tomorrow with the parade at 5. And so we want you to be a part of it. It's so fun. Kaleb Stratton's in the house with me. Say hello. He is our district sergeant.
You got it.
Wildlife Resources. And Jessica Drake's coming in, our public information officer for sheriff's office. So she's coming in behind you. We thought we were going to get sheriff in here to talk about this new position he's been elected to in the state, and I can't.
Oh yeah, with the Sheriff's Association.
Yeah, Sheriff's Association. But he had something come up, so Jess said she'd come on in today, and then we're going to try to get him in maybe next month. We're working on it. But anyway, so we're working on that. You're going to be super busy at the fair, aren't you? Aren't y'all going to have like a big display and everything?
Yeah, I'll have. That's what I'm working on today. As soon as I leave here, so
okay, cool.
Start getting everything set up. It's going to be looking pretty cool.
Well, and I mean, it's just a neat display. I've been in it before. And has it changed, or is it the same one?
No, I do something a little different every year. So,
okay.
Well, I say every year. This is the wildlife trailer we have that I'll have inside the white building.
I've been in that one.
So the same, but I'm going to have there's going to be last year we had the blow up archery.
Oh yeah.
But this year I'm going to have, it's a virtual archery thing. So
ooh, that'll be fun.
It's a little bit easier, more in tune with what's going on with kids these days because everybody's used to cell phones and TVs. And this is a virtual bow and it's an actual bow and arrow or a bow you hold, but it's virtual on the TV screen. Okay. So it'll be pretty cool.
That's cool.
So we'll have that set up and the wildlife trailer, and then the truck I'm driving in the parade tomorrow is an old 1950 GMC. That Reiselman is actually letting me use, and it's got I turned it into an old game warden truck. It looks really cool. I put our logo from the 50s on there and put some little blue lights on it, some like little bubble blue lights. So it looks really cool.
That is cool.
It's kind of a throwback thing. I think it'll be neat.
Was it just something he had, or?
Yeah, they bought it just as a showpiece and just nice enough to let me use it this week.
Well, that's really cool.
So I'm gonna have it sitting down there. So. It'll just be a cool, neat little setup.
That's really cool.
Something old, something cool.
I love it. I think that's really neat. That's going to be cool. Well, it's kind of the theme, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I don't even know.
Yeah, because, and the reason I say that is because the kiddos at FFA came and they wanted my FFA coat.
Oh.
And they said something about it's about history and nostalgia. So maybe that's a theme. But
I don't know. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Maybe you're keeping in line with something you didn't know. But that's going to be fun. Get out to the fair. It will open up tomorrow gates will open at 5. As we get going with the fair, and that's kind of a crazy moment because the fair is happening and the gates are opening and all the things. And you've got the pay one way, I think, is tomorrow. Let me look here. If I'm not mistaken, I'll look. Okay, yeah. So the pay one way, $18 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And that means you get in and you get to ride the rides for $18. So that's that's a great ticket.
You don't have to buy the tickets, I guess.
Yeah, no. It's just the $18 admission get you in, and you get to ride the rides. You'll get the stamp that says you've paid $18 and you get to ride the rides. There's free admission for senior citizens if you bring a donation for Kiwanis Kids for Christmas, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But now, to my fellow senior citizens, if you want to ride the rides, you got to pay $18. You can't go in. You got to still have that little stamp. Don't do that. I like riding rides. I mean, now, so it's like if I'm going to ride the rides, I got to pay the money.
Yeah.
So that senior citizen free admission with the toy, the reason why you're getting that is because there's a lot of folks that come in that they don't want to ride the rides. They just want to come through and look at the exhibits.
Right. Yeah.
And so they're trying to be mindful of that for the ones that want to come in and just walk through the buildings and see everything, and then they're going to go home. But I'll tell you, there's going to be so much going on. But then now Friday and Saturday, adult tickets are $12, students are $6, and the gates will open at 5 on Friday, and then Saturday they'll open at 3 p.m., but you're going to have to buy your tickets for the carnival rides. They do have an armband special Saturday from 3 to 7. And again, the gates will open at 3. You can ride rides until 7 with that armband. But just get you a fair book. They're everywhere. And it gives you the breakdown of everything. And it also tells you what's happening.
It's online, too. I looked at it online.
Yeah, you can. There's a flip
on their
book
website.
online. Yeah. So there's just all kinds of fun stuff going on. This is a great week. And it's going to the weather. It's going to be hot during the day, but it's going to be nice at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be just perfect fair weather. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Get to the fair. Faith night at the fair on Wednesday night.
Yep.
I forgot who they said is doing it.
Our church, Grace Baptist.
Grace Baptist is doing it? Okay. And so what a wonderful night. You know, I've got commitments at my church. I can't be there. It's testimony night for Celebrate Recovery, so I got to be there. But I wish I could be there every night. Yeah. I really do. I maybe one of these days I can work my schedule to where I can really just, got my grandkids and all the things. Get all my kids to move home.
They want to go to the fair, I'm sure.
They live in Mount Juliet.
They still want to go to the fair.
It's a school night. And they're
It is.
Yeah, they're little. That's a hard thing. I would love to, but
y'all are off today, right? You have to work today.
Are we
well,
off
you
today?
have to work today,
no,
right?
We're not off.
Right.
It is a professional development day. We're working all day. My husband, he's like off nothing. I'm driving the bus all day because he's they've got him carting everybody to the meetings. Shuttling. He's being a shuttle. So he's
so they make the teachers ride the buses to the.
Well, no, what it basically is have you ever been to Springfield High School where it's like one end of the building to the other for the CTE? It's a long trek.
Right.
And so there's going to be a lot of going back and forth. So they wanted to have a shuttle bus. And so he's shuttling people all day.
Yeah.
So, and he's glad to do it.
Yeah.
He's glad to do it.
Staying busy, it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we need bus drivers. You want to drive a bus?
No.
It'd be kind of hard to work into your on-call schedule, wouldn't it?
May have to take a detour while I'm driving the bus, go handle a call. The kids would love that, I'm sure, but
Wouldn't they? That'd be fun. Kaleb Stratton's here, guys. That's the big talk. I mean, if you have any questions for him, go see him at the fair. Are you going to be there every day?
Somebody will be there, yeah.
Okay.
I can't commit to being there every day because, again, just soccer and kids and stuff. So
all the things.
But I'll be there. I should be there almost every night, at some point in time. But somebody will be there to answer questions. And if they're not, just walk by a few minutes later, somebody will be there.
Okay. Well, and one thing, let's talk about that. As soon as you sit down, my husband said, okay, he's one of the criminal justice teachers at Springfield, and there is a state law saying that every kid, and I don't know the age ranges, has to go through gun safety training.
It's starting in kindergarten. It's K through 12. And
you said it's really nothing elaborate. It's not like a big long curriculum. It's a video.
Yep. So what happened was the state of Tennessee passed this law last year, and then they put it on Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency to help facilitate it throughout the state. So our agency went in and partnered with the Department of Education and somebody else, I think, and they made these just short videos and a lot of pamphlets and stuff, and just some stickers, all kinds of stuff, just to hand out. But it has to be, I think it's kindergarten through third, and then I'm wanting to say kindergarten third, then like fourth and fifth, and then 6 through 12 maybe. It's broke down into 3 different age brackets.
Okay, so I'm assuming the videos are different.
They are, yeah. I mean, it's the same materials. It's just it gets a little bit more in depth, as it goes up.
I got you. Of course.
But they are very kid friendly. It's the state law goes into exactly what you're supposed to teach them.
Okay.
And again, this was all made by the state legislature. We just made the videos to conform with the law.
Okay.
That's all TWA did. Schools are allowed to do their own. Robertson County had reached out to me, and they wanted us to do a video together. And I told them, I said, man, we're already making them. I said, I'll be glad to come help you make one. But they were like, well, if you're already making one, we'll just wait. So they were all sent out a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And in Robertson County, they're doing great. They're wanting to do this each semester, show these videos each semester, which is great. The law only requires you to do it once a year. So starting with this school year. So
I think that one of the reasons why they're doing that is we have another series of safety videos that we do. We have we go through them once a quarter. I mean, we do the safety in our school. We present it at the first of every quarter. So when we come back from fall break, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
And I think we do it again. If I'm not mistaken, I'm certain we do it. We do it.
Can't hurt anything, right?
Yeah. And the kids are like, we've seen this so many times. Yeah. It's like, yep.
Well, they'll probably get tired of this video too.
Well, that's okay, because you know what?
Yeah.
It takes repetition for things to stick.
Yeah, no, it does.
And I'm telling you, we've had a couple of kids, commit suicide recently. One up in Cheatham, I think. It happened on Thursday. And it's just heartbreaking. And we've got to talk about this. It's one of those things you can't do it enough. We talk about suicide prevention at Greenbrier, and here we lost a student. I've got a big poster hanging up right beside my door, that's been there for a while, and they've got them hanging up in count. I mean, they're in the hallway. You know what I mean? The 988 number is out there. It's prevalent. And, we talk about it. We produced a special on it last year in our Bobcat studio with Dr. Stephanie Evans and Jackson Dawson. And, I mean, we're doing all the things, but it's not enough. Yeah. So, it's a quarter after. We need to get on.
Oh, no. I was just saying what all was going on.
Well, what is happening as far as, so that's all the fair stuff. We wanted to address the question of the curriculum or the safety training that's going out that is a state law now. What else have you got going on? Where are we as far as hunting season? Because I can't ever.
One more thing on the firearm safety stuff.
Go.
Just real quick.
Sure.
We don't want anybody to think it's a. I mean, obviously we believe the same thing that everybody should have this. This isn't us. This isn't the Wildlife Resources Agency pushing this on anybody. Again, this is the state of Tennessee that passed these laws that told us, hey, you all are going to be the ones that help facilitate it. So. I'm extremely happy it's going on. And again, these videos are very basic. There's PowerPoints and a video, and it's very basic stuff. It's pretty much for young children. It's mainly, if you find a gun, don't touch it, go tell an adult, and stuff like that. So it's very basic stuff, but it's stuff that you need to know. And, because I don't think a lot of parents are teaching kids stuff anymore like that, because the parents don't know. Yeah, true. People my age that didn't grow up around firearms, they scared to death of them. And it's.
Yeah, that's all they hear. Gun bad.
It's that gun's not going to do a thing to you until the person gets in the wrong hands of somebody. Right. Either an evil person or somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. So that's why we want the kids to know that if you do find it or if you do pick it up, what to do if you pick it up. But the main thing for the young kids is just not to touch it until an adult.
I got you. Very good. So, but we're talking with Kaleb Stratton. He is our Wildlife Resource District Sergeant, and I love how you got the Rifleman logo prevalent right there for our viewers.
They gave me that. Well, when I bought this truck, when I bought the truck, they gave me the cup, so I like using the cup.
Oh, you bought your truck from Rifleman?
Yeah, a long while back. Well, I've bought all my vehicles there.
But they're loaning him a really cool truck for the parade, and that's going to be on display. I'm guessing
they're going to let me keep it down there.
What year did you say it was?
It's a 1950.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
It's really cool. I know. I
bet that's going to be fun. I can't wait to see that.
I know they can't see it on here.
Yeah, but
I'll show you.
Maybe you can show it. You can put it in comments or something. That would be cool.
I'm going to save it I'll do it after the fair maybe.
Okay.
But
I got you. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool.
And then I was able to find I got these magnets made up. That's our logo from like the 50s and 60s.
That is so stinking cool. Oh, I can't wait to see that. That's cool. That's going to be something.
But it's just a neat old truck. Yeah.
That is a photo op right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's people can come and take their picture with it and everything.
For sure.
So it's pretty neat. I'm excited. They got that truck last year. They just bought it from North Carolina, I think. And I said, man, you should let me drive that in the fair. And they were like, yeah, whatever you want. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay, good, done. That's great.
No, they're good people up there. Not trying to
Well, they were advertisers
and advertise.
No,
really?
No,
but they are great people.
Sponsored before, yes,
They're
absolutely.
very, very good people.
Absolutely, and
they're sponsoring the fair too. I just saw in the thing.
Yeah, we'll have to hit them up see if they want to come back on.
You should. I'll say something to them.
There you go. So I said LaVern was talking about you. Y'all good friends. But we're talking with Kaleb Stratton. So all things fair this week. Parade tomorrow at 5. You will see him in that really cool truck. Compliments of the Reiselmans, and it's gonna be a fun week. Weather's looking good. There is some rain out there. We need that rain desperately.
It's rain this weekend, yeah, but
man, I tell you,
it rained yesterday.
A little bit, not enough.
Yeah, no, not enough.
Not nearly enough. But I've never seen our creek so low.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it's crazy.
The ponds are everything. Yeah. Farmers are, the cows and farmers. A lot of farmers are starting to put in those automatic waters now.
Yeah.
And,
my brother had something really odd happen. They had a deer ended up in their pond and drowned.
Well, no, actually, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up real quick. So that's what's happening. It's called a hemorrhagic disease or epizootic hemorrhagic disease. We call it EHD. It happens every year. Oh. Some years are worse than others, but the drier and the hotter it is, the worse it gets.
Okay.
So yes, we've had a ton of calls of sick deer. And I'm really glad you brought that up because instead of calling me directly, there's nothing I can do for it. I mean, if it's alive when you call, if you see it and it looks like it's in bad shape, it's within minutes of dying. And if you can put it down, we suggest people go ahead and put them down safely.
And they're in the water.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't sound cool to me or you, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're just.
Well, and so we just kind of speculated that he was looking for water and just slipped on the bank.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going for something else. No, so the reason they're in the water is it's like they call them midges, and they're kind of dormant most of the time, but then they'll wake up when it gets real hot and dry. They end up biting the deer. The deer gets like a fever. The tongue will start swelling up, and it just gets a big fever, and it can't get that fever down. So they'll go to water. They'll go lay in ponds and creeks, and I've seen them in caves and everything because they're trying to lower their body temperature because they get so hot. They end up dying. So, they're not like us. They can't go to the doctor. They can't get medicine. So, but we are doing some studies on them right now. Oh. So there's a you can just, I don't know what it is, but you can just Google report sick deer, TWA.
Interesting.
But go to our website and you can click on report a sick deer. You can enter that in there. If it's fresh enough, we'll come out there and get it. If it's fresh enough, and I'll get it to our biologist because our biologist is wanting to get some samples for them.
Well, I'll tell you, this one wasn't.
No, well, by the time we see them, they're nasty.
My poor brother, it was rough. He said they had to remove it, you know, and he had. This is the pond right by their house too, and his wife called him and said, "We just figured it slipped down the bank." No, and I mean, it may have been doing what you said, but it was, he bloated and all that, and so it was like in the middle of the pond. Yeah. And so he had a fisherman friend that went out and got some heavy cast line and cast out over it and reeled it in. And so they made a little video fishing for deer and had to bring that thing up. And then they got it to where he could get it in the loader. Yeah. He has all kinds of excavating equipment, but he said it was nasty.
I'd have just had to leave it there. The turtles need to eat too, so.
Ooh, but they wouldn't want to leave that in their pond though.
It'd have been gone pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have a pond in my house, but if I did, I feel like I'd probably just leave it there.
Really?
I mean, because it's going to mask the smell, it's going to sink, and you're not even going to see it, and it's not going to kill the fish or anything. I mean, the turtles and fish are going to eat on it.
They could have just left it.
That's what I would have done. That's what I tell people all the time.
They removed it and, took it and dealt with it. Yeah. Anyway, he still makes him sick to think about it.
It is very nasty. But
he said, that was the worst thing I've ever had to deal with. But, as far as, because, I mean, they raised a lot. I mean, we raised hogs for years, and, they would die, and you'd have to, take care of it. But nothing like that. He said it was terrible.
They're nasty smelling when they get there.
But anyway, so where are we?
But
as
it's
far
very back to that. It's very normal. It's very normal right now. We're going to see a lot more of it.
Okay.
Back in, I think I forget what year it was. It's been probably 20 years ago. We had thousands of deer die from this.
Really?
And we're not up to that point yet, but there's been, I'm seeing it either on Facebook, people are posting it. I'm getting phone calls every day, just sick deer, dead deer, multiple dead deer.
Yeah, and it's the heat, and they need the water. And we need some rain.
It's that midge. It's causing the fever. So it's part of.
Interesting. I never heard
circle of life. Yeah, circle of life.
Anyway,
and it's not contagious to us. It's not contagious to pets or anything like that. So coyotes eating it, whatever, it's not going to hurt anything.
That's weird. Okay, I had no idea.
It's not cool, but the coolest thing I've ever seen was I found two different ones in two different caves where they would go in and lay down in the cave where, because it's 54 degrees in there.
Right.
And they would just lay there, and then you found them dead, just bedded there, like they weren't struggled or anything. They curl up in a ball, lay down, and go to sleep.
That's it. Well, this one that they pulled out had a big old, it was big rack antlers too. It was a big buck. So anyway, I was wanting to ask you something else too. The armadillos. What is up with the armadillos? We're
getting more and more.
We pulled in from church yesterday and looked out across the yard, and Mark's like, "Are those turkeys or vultures?" And he goes, "Those are vultures." And so they flew off, and there was several of them. And he's like, "Okay, there's something down there," and it was a dead armadillo in the middle of our yard.
That's weird,
isn't that?
Yeah, that is.
And
odd.
He was like, "Where'd that come from?" But
we're getting more and more armadillos.
They're just migrating, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're just
so bizarre.
They're moving in.
Yeah, I mean, seeing them. We used to. I can remember being a kid and going in to Texas because we traveled a lot when I was
that's their state animal, I think.
Yeah, and we would go down there and we'd see these little. We'd be like, "What is that?" And to see them up here, I mean, because they were so odd to us. And an armored possum, it looks like, or something.
They can, and that's what they say. They swam across Mississippi and got over here, but because they can swim.
Yeah, so. It's so fascinating. But anyway,
then they're nothing to worry about.
No, I mean, it's just so odd.
They if you touch one, it's not going to give you leprosy more than likely.
Yeah.
But
is that
they say if you touch one, they'll give you leprosy.
What about the dogs or the animals that want to go after them? And
good luck. I mean, these things are tough.
Really?
They get in that ball and you're not hurting them.
Oh, really?
You're not hurting them. So.
Huh.
I mean, it's hard to kill them with a gun. I mean, they're.
Well, would it be bad for my dog to go after one? It's not going to give him leprosy.
No, it may beat the crap out of them.
That's interesting. But we're seeing armadillos everywhere, so that's fascinating.
Yeah,
but
they're neat. They will wreck your yard, though. They get in your yard, they will wear your yard out. So I suggest just, if you get them in your yard, just go ahead and take care of them, get them out of there.
Yeah, okay.
Gardens, yards, stuff like that.
Okay.
They'll root it up like a hog. You know how hogs were.
Yeah.
That when you get an armadillo in your yard, that's what they do. They root it up just like a hog would. You'll wake up and be like, was there a hog in my yard? And like, nope, just an armadillo. So.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. When hogs get out, boy, neighbors are not happy with you.
They do. They do a lot of damage.
They sure do. But so before I saw Jessica walk in. Jessica Drake's here from Sheriff's Office. And so where are we as far as hunting season right now? Because before long, we're going to be in full on.
It's hot, but there's a lot going on. So
okay, so what do we got?
Back on September 1st, we had dove season open, which is a huge thing for a couple weeks. Lots of it's a lot of social hunting, I call it. A lot of social hunts go on. So a lot of big corporations get their clients out, and it's just a big time for hunting. So dove season open that morning, early goose season open, early wood duck season open this past Saturday. So we have duck and goose season going on for a little while. We've got the dove season going on. We have bow season for deer opening up in just a couple of next weekend.
Okay.
So not this weekend. This weekend's the 20th and 21st, but the 27th is the opening day of deer season from September 27th all the way through January, the first week of January. It's deer season.
Let's go.
So deer season's upon us. So like I said, bow season will start September 27th. And then bow season will run through October when we have the juvenile hunt in October. And I'll talk more about that next week. I've got a big event planned up in Adams again for the juvenile hunt that was requested. So we'll be doing a big event up there on October 25th in Adams for the juvenile hunt, and then we have muzzleloader season opening November 8th.
So this juvenile hunt thing, this is something that you did. You were talking about. It's like that getting together, that camaraderie.
Yeah, right.
Kind of talk about that before we run out of time.
So just
remind everybody why you're doing that.
Like I talked about earlier with the virtual stuff. Just everything's virtual nowadays.
Right.
Everything we do is virtual. I know kids have computers and iPods now at school and everything. So everything's virtual. Even TWA has become virtual. So when I was a kid, when you harvested an animal, we'd go to the volunteer fire department, which was down at the fairgrounds. Mm-hmm. We would go there, go to 49 Market, and you would be there for an hour, 2, 3 hours after you checked your deer in, and people would come by and look at it, and you would talk. You'd go inside, buy a drink, and hang out and just talk. And it was a great time. The parents were talking, the kids were talking, and we just went away from that. And I'm not saying it's our fault or anybody's fault. It's just the times have changed, and we went away from that. Nobody even checks in deer anymore because it's all on your phone. So, so I wanted to get back to how it used to be. Mm-hmm. And so we started with the turkey hunt this year, and myself and it was actually Billy Joe Jackson's idea. He's a buddy of mine, and we got it going, and we were just hoping, like, man, if we had 20 kids show up, it'd be great, Mm-hmm. And we ended up having over 100-something people there total.
That is crazy.
It was a huge deal. And before it was even over, people was like, hey, are you doing this for the juvenile hunt too? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. We will for the deer hunt. And I'm like, yeah, we'll make it happen. So it's going to be a little bit harder because we've got the Bell Witch play going on at the same time where we were going to have it. But if you went to where the Thresherman show was, where they had the steam engine over there, we're going to be set up over there in that field over there closest to
well, that'll work.
Beside that road. I just lost the name of it. But
yeah. I know we know, but I mean, if you've
been
to
the
Thresherman show in that area and anything up in Adams, you're gonna
you're gonna see where to go.
You'll see where to go.
So, but yeah, I want to get back to that. The kids loved it. Kids killed turkeys and brought them up, and if anybody and I made it clear, and I'll keep making it clear, you don't have to harvest anything to come up there. We want you to hunt and then just come on up anyway and hang out, grab a drink. We'll probably have some food or something there. We'll give away some prizes. Gave away a gun last year. Hope to give away another gun this year. So,
that'd be cool.
Any donations we take to make that stuff better.
What are the hours that you're going to be there?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided.
Okay.
But it's like I said, it'll be October 25th. I'll be there from probably starting at 8:00.
Okay.
We'll stay there through after lunch probably because.
Okay. So we'll talk more about it next month.
Yeah, I'll have a lot more stuff set up and ready to go. I haven't even started on it yet.
Well, very good.
Try to do one thing at a time.
I misunderstood you because you had said next week, and I was like, okay, is it coming up? So
bow season. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
bow season opens next week.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The juvenile hunt will be October 25th.
Okay, yeah, we'll have time to talk about it then. Awesome, that'll be great.
So we'll be able to talk about it, in October.
Well, anything else before we bring Jess in?
I think that's it. I guess just
we'll
staying
see
busy.
You at the fair.
Yep, that's like I said. That's where I'm heading right now.
Fair. We'll see you at the fair. Awesome. Kaleb Stratton, District Sergeant for Wildlife Resources, and we appreciate you. And my husband says thank you very much for coming out to talk to his kiddos starting next week.
I'll see him next week.
Yeah. There you go. So that's going to be great. We appreciate you, brother. I'll see you at the fair.
All right, see you.
As Jess is making her way in, of course, we're going to talk about our friends Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty, always wanting to drop in and speak about them and all the things that they have going on. If you want to have help in real estate, it's so funny. When we were talking, anytime I hear somebody getting ready to move to this area, I'm like, hey, you got a realtor? You want somebody that specializes in Robertson County properties? Barry and Rebecca Richards, they do just that. They are Cross Plainians. They just had their 30th anniversary in Cross Plains and celebrated by giving a smart car to the police office there. And and we even got to see a little bit of that on Channel 2. But they have been around for 30 years. So this is home. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. Because like myself, they're originally from Kentucky. So they get it. They understand the nuances of living in Kentucky, working in Tennessee, got a state income tax in Kentucky. What is that going to do to your bottom line? How's that going to affect your budget and affect how much home can you buy? You got to look at that when you're looking to buy. Getting ready to sell, you want to make sure you know how much your property is worth. They'll do a free market analysis for you so you know. it's a good time for maybe to sell, or maybe I just want to hang on to it, or maybe you want to do some downsizing. Rebecca's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist, so she can help you with that. If you're getting older and you want to just see what your options are, talk to her. And Barry, the marketer of the bunch, he was for 17 years a media marketing vice president up in Nashville. And man, you bring that expertise to your property, people are going to see it. They're not going to miss it. And it's going to pop off the page when they are looking through listings online with all the videography, the photography, the walkthrough tours, the drone footage, you name it, they can do it. And if you want to be a realtor, they will mentor you and help you see if it is for you. Barry and Rebecca Richards, Exit Prime Realty. Go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or by BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Or here's Rebecca's number, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, and let them know U-Turn sent you. Jessica Drake is in the house from the sheriff's office. Are y'all going to be at the fair?
Yep.
So
we're at
what
the fair
kind?
every year.
So how or do y'all have a display, or because that's what we kind of talked about with Kaleb when we were talking about what to talk about last week? I didn't even think about what are y'all doing for the fair.
We work it. We have the fair hires us off duty, and so we do traffic and security and all of that for them.
Okay, so you don't have a display like they do with the wildlife resources or anything like that, like a booth?
Sometimes we'll have the Litter Grant program out there. I'm not sure if they have one this year or not.
Okay, very good. Well, welcome. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Ready to get into fall?
Yes, it's been busy.
I know.
Already
I know.
working up to it, so we'll see how fall goes.
Well, and so
Always a
that's the
busy
thing.
time.
We were talking about what to talk about, and I won't have you in before Halloween because this, and that is, it's so weird because now we're falling back later, and I'm so thankful for that. Because, it's not going to be as dark as it could be. I think the time changes like the next weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they did that. Because, that's adjusted, hadn't it? It hadn't always been that way. It seems like we used to fall back sooner than that.
I'm not sure. I don't like time change regardless.
I don't either. I wish they'd leave it alone and just be done with it. But so with Halloween and stuff coming up, we all have to be reminded, and it's going to be on a Friday night. Oh, it's going to be a busy one this year. And how do y'all prepare for that as the sheriff's office?
So as the sheriff's office, what we typically do is we do have increased patrols Halloween night out in the neighborhoods and everything like that, just to help everybody out, have a presence there. And then we, of course, social media, trying to put out safety tips, all of that kind of stuff. Just making sure everyone be aware of your surroundings. It is a holiday where you're out at nighttime.
Yep.
And, you're walking the streets, everything like that. So the biggest thing in those neighborhoods, walking the streets of those neighborhoods, and the biggest thing is try to have some kind of reflective costume or reflective, bracelets or something like that to show attention to yourself. Just remember that, there's a lot of people out, and, if you're walking the streets of the neighborhoods, things like that, just be aware of the traffic, of people pulling in and out of their driveways, coming down the roads, and of course to the individuals that are in those vehicles driving down the roads, be aware of who is out there trick-or-treating. There's lots of kids, and there's, susceptible to the kids darting out into the road, things like that.
Right.
So be aware on both sides, pedestrian and drivers, is probably the biggest things. And, adults, accompany your children. Make sure you're with them. Make sure you're watching your surroundings and making sure that you're not walking out into traffic or anything like that. And drivers, slow down.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Just slow down.
Well, we'll go with my 3 grandkids that are closest to me. I've got one in Jackson, so I don't get to see them very often, but we'll go and hang out with the ones up in Mountain Julia, and they're in a neighborhood that is like house, just right on top of each other. And I can't even imagine trying to drive down that street after a certain point.
Yes, and that's what I'm referring to is, you have some neighborhoods that you don't have anything, and then you have the neighborhoods that's the go-to neighborhood every year because they got the best candy or something like that. And literally, I mean, there's no way it's very difficult to drive through those neighborhoods. So everyone just be courteous to each other.
Yeah.
Understand that, this is one night a week. People are trick-or-treating, they're out. But also be courteous to the individuals that live in those neighborhoods that need to get to their homes, and that are trying to drive through as well. So everyone just work together with that.
You pretty much have to, we have to get there early and park the car. And then just stay until it's over, because it's one of those things. And I know we have to have those neighborhoods around here too. I just have not been to those, but it is utter chaos. I mean, there's people everywhere. They've all got their fire pits out and got and they're having, and it's a fun, festive thing.
Everyone's having a ball. They're enjoying themselves. And
but get there early and just plan to stay, because trying to drive cars through those is just insane.
And, if that's not something that you want to deal with, there are trunk or treats everywhere throughout the county. Just, watch Facebook. The Robertson County Chamber posts them. The White House Chamber posts them. Take a look at all of that and see what's out there for the trunk or treats. They're a little bit more controlled in a sense, because they're usually, at a venue or something like that.
Church parking lot.
Yeah, something like that. So that way, if you don't want to deal with that, and typically it's during the day, things like that. So we have plenty of those all over the county.
Oh, so many. And are you going to take Tommy out?
Absolutely.
What's he wearing this year?
I have not decided. So last year he was a Ghostbuster.
I love it.
The year before that he was a lobster. So
I love it.
So I've been looking and I haven't quite figured it out. He doesn't really like anything touching his head or anything. Yeah. So I have to find a costume that you can tell what it is, but he doesn't have to have like something a mask or anything like on his head. Yeah. So we'll see.
He's 3. So he's the same age as my youngest grandson up in Mount Juliet, and they're doing Toy Story, I think. And since there's 3 of them, they all do the characters that go along, and it's their Aunt Tay-Tay that's all about it, and she puts those costumes together. And the funniest thing I've ever seen is when Rowan, before any of his siblings were born, he was a Walmart greeter. And he was about 3.
Yeah.
And they got him one of them little grocery carts, and he had the badge, and they grayed his hair, and he had on glasses. Yeah. It was hysterical. And he had the little cart he could push and put his candy in. It was practical. It was so funny.
He doesn't really care much about it, because he doesn't eat candy, and he just doesn't like it. He won't touch it.
Bless him.
Yeah, I've tried, and he just won't touch candy. He don't like it. And
that's a blessing.
Yeah. So he likes to go just to run around. Yeah. Our favorite one is the airport one, because there's so much space for him to just run, and typically they do like a touch-a-truck with theirs. I'm not sure how it's
I didn't even know
year.
They had one at the airport.
Yeah, they've had. He's gone to that one each year, and that's our favorite, just because of. My kid is a runner, so he can just go have fun, and he loves all the trucks and things like that. I'm not sure what they're doing this year, but the past 3 years that I've went, that's what they've done.
Very cool.
So, and typically I like to wait a little bit later to get his costume, because you just never know if it's going to be cold or if it's going to be hot, and he gets hot so easily. And so I'm like, what kind of costume do I want to get to where he'll actually wear it and not overheat?
Yeah, exactly.
So I try to wait a little bit closer to kind of gauge the weather.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And because that can make all the difference in the world. And I had no idea they did one at the airport, though, because I've got a friend that's
and they'll do
love planes.
Like I said, I don't know what they're doing this year yet. I really need to look. But the past couple years that we have went, they have a great one, and then they did like the helicopter drop, and they bring the helicopter and they drop the candy.
Oh, how fun!
Oh yeah, it's so much fun.
That sounds good. So if he loves the touch a truck, did you know the first night of the fair, they're going to have that big touch a truck thing in the arena. They're going to have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be
He'll
there.
be there. He comes to work with me a lot.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
anytime
there
we
you
go to those events, he's always working the events with me. So
Oh, cool. Well,
yeah,
I'll look for
so
you
he
guys. I'd
gets-
love to see him. I know
yeah,
he's
he
getting
gets
big. Yeah.
He gets to
Very good.
experience all that kind of stuff.
That's fun though.
Yeah.
I love it. But there's so much. And I mean, and guys, this is like, we're up on it. We're just really a month away from all this stuff because the trunk or treat stuff will start in about a month. Because I know we'll have the one.
Just in the next few weeks, I believe. I mean, we're already getting towards the end of September.
You bet.
Yeah.
And we have one at Greenbrier typically about mid-October, somewhere. It'll probably be right after fall break, more than likely. Probably the week that I'm at my son's wedding in Huntsville. My son's getting married on a Thursday night in Huntsville.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you'd have had it just a week earlier, it'd have been fall break and we wouldn't have to miss 3 days of school. But anyway, so it'll probably be that week that I am in Huntsville for the wedding. But we're talking with Jessica Drake. She is the communications, public informations officer. Did I get it right?
That's correct.
Thank you. I was rehearsing with because it took me a while to get Kaleb's down when he went to district sergeant, and I said, between you and Jess, I'm going to get these right. Now we had tried to get.
We've only been doing it for 7 years now.
No,
so
it's ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. I can't believe we've been doing this this
know.
long. Isn't that insane?
yeah,
Man, time flies.
it's been a while.
It has been, and I love it. It's so much fun. I've learned so much about this community. It has been such a blessing. But we had talked about getting Sheriff in here to talk about what is this new role he has in the Sheriff's Association. What is he got elected to something?
Well,
I saw it on social media.
Correct.
But what is it?
So the Sheriff's Association is just the association of all the sheriffs in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah. So
Okay.
and then they have like second vice president, first vice president, president, and
Sure.
there's a lot more into it. And so he was appointed to his position now for the I think it's first or second vice president. That's bad of me. I
Okay.
don't know. And so it's just
It's just
help run it. He'll be
Okay.
able to talk
Okay.
a lot more on that.
Yeah, we'll get him in here. But I was just like, okay, well, that's really cool. And so, but I mean, they're recognizing that we've got an awesome sheriff here. So there you go. And how long's he been sheriff now?
Since 2018.
When's his election up? When does he have to go through the election?
The elections next year. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
fun.
we're
Is it
gearing
a
up.
4-year term?
Yes.
It's 4-year term.
Yep.
Okay, because we're also, our Senator Roberts is coming up for reelection. You figure all these, you forget, just like, okay, so Judge Perry, I think his is an 8-year term. Sheriff's is 4-year term. Senator, 4-year term, I think. And it's just, and of course, Representative Sabi Kumar's every 2 years, and same thing with we've got this special election coming up because Congressman or Representative Green, Dr. Green stepped down. And so we've got a special election coming up for our representative at the House of Representatives in Washington. And just a school note, if you've got kiddos in school, October 7th is the primary, December 2nd is the general, so there won't be any schools because we use the schools for polling places. And so those are 2 dates that were added to our calendar that we're going to be out of school. So just kind of make a mental note. No, you're not in school yet, but you will be soon before you blink. But
Well, he's in preschool.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Good. So that's cool. That's fun. Is he in the so where does he go to preschool?
He goes to Grapes.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, because the preschool programs are just awesome. And we've got a pre-K program here in Robertson County. But, and you just don't think about them going at 3, but man, it's good for them.
Yeah, he's been going since he was 2.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Does he love it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Well, mine are all in preschool and kindergarten. My granddaughter started kindergarten. It's so interesting to see the change in them the minute they get into a more organized school versus a preschool. She's just grown up so much. It's just so bizarre, but man, it happens fast. We're talking to Jessica Drake. She is with the Sheriff's Office, Public Information's Officer, talking about all things. They come in every other month, so we just need to touch on the things that are coming up with fall. Of course, Halloween, the first big thing, and they will be out at the fair taking care of all of us out there. And y'all are expecting big crowds at the fair? I'm assuming.
We
The
usually.
weather's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, last year was really hot, but I think we did ours like in August of last year or something. And typically we do it in September. So we're back to our normal schedule, I believe. So hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler.
Yeah, it'll be nicer. And and to answer the question why it floats is because we want that carnival. And so we have to wait on the carnival. The people who run the carnival, they give us our date in January. And it depends on who else has booked them. And they normally don't do small fairs like ours anymore.
Yeah.
And so we're blessed to have them, but that means that we can't set a date and say we want it this date. We have to go by the date they give us. They know we prefer a later one, but we have to still, So next year it could be back in August. We don't know. I got that from, we were talking to the fair board.
Okay.
Ronnie and Trent were in here Friday, and we went through it. And I had always wondered why in the world, but it's because that carnival is so highly regarded and just the best of the best. And that's why it floats like it does. But I prefer it right now. I prefer it later because, it's just, when it's just too hot, it just doesn't feel like a fair at all. So they'll be at the fair. You'll see them out in full force in October for Halloween and all the things. But then beyond that, we've got all the people traveling for fall break. And that's one thing we talked about. So how do you I keep saying I'm going to get that magic water. What is it called?
Smart water.
Smart water. Magic water. I knew I had it wrong.
Yeah.
Smart water. And but now I'll tell you one thing I have done is I've gotten cameras everywhere at my place that alert me when a spider crawls across the lens. It's crazy. We were in Mexico on our mission trip, and I kept getting bing, bing, bing. It was a spider making a web in front of my camera. So we can do so much to secure our property now.
Big advocate for cameras. Even if, you do self-monitoring or if you do the professional monitoring. Cameras are a fantastic measure for your personal belongings, your home, especially if you're traveling, anything like that. Hopefully they deter the crime, if it's seen, somebody won't, but, you know.
Well, and, just...
If not, at least you have what happened on camera. Yeah. And it definitely increases the potential of being able to locate the offenders.
Yeah, and I tell you, we have so many... We invite people to fish and all that kind of thing too. And I've never had any problem with anybody coming out and fishing on our place, and because we right there on Cars Creek, and it's just such a nice little spot. So we do have a lot of folks that come down there, and we've never had any problem, but it also protects us if somebody comes down there and tries to do something stupid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so, we get an alert if somebody pulls in the driveway, and we like, oh, there's our Amazon package, and if you're in a smaller, tighter community, the porch pirates don't like cameras. My son had a problem with, and this is before he bought his home, and this is not in this area, this is in Huntsville, but he was in a condo area, and the minute he moved there, everything was getting stolen off his porch. He put in a camera, and immediately he saw the guy who was doing it. It was one of his neighbors, and once the guy realized it was camera, he's like, oh, I was just putting it back or something like that. And it's like, I got you. I know it. And it stopped it. Completely stopped it. Some people are just nosy. They find out you got a camera, and it's the best deterrent ever. And these things will, they will ping you and they're not terribly expensive.
No, they're not. You can get a really decent system for pretty good price, especially with Black Friday going to be coming up in a couple of months, and those businesses and things like that, they usually do some really good deals for that kind of thing.
I love the Blink system. That's the one I use, and they've got a subscription. I don't even know what the subscription rate is, but it's not a lot for the notice, and they'll store. But anyway, that's probably the biggest deterrent, right?
Absolutely.
And
cameras.
So, and other things. Give us some other tips on how we can protect our property when we're away. We don't want to get the cameras,
Yeah. So, if you're out and about, just, some people will keep lights on, certain lights on in their house to make it look like it's lived in. Of course, keep your blinds closed. Keep your landscaping trimmed well, so that way it's harder for someone to, get into the bushes.
Sneak in.
Yeah, hide
Yeah.
behind the bushes, that kind of thing. If it's, obviously during the summer, things like that, make sure someone's mowing your yard for you,
Oh,
because
yeah, that's
if
a
your
big
yard
one.
looks unkept, people know you're gone.
Yeah.
If you have your mail checked, if your mail looks like it's piling up, then I mean, it's all these indicators showing that, you're not home.
Yeah. And I mean, and all these are common sense, but it's kind of like what Kaleb was talking about, this gun safety training that's been mandated by the state that's come down, and you just, the more you're reminded, the more that you just, stay aware of the things that you need to be making sure are done before you head out on fall break, because fall break's coming up in just a couple of weeks, believe it or not. Fall break for Robertson County is second week in October. So, and I know some, where my friend's little one goes, their fall breaks at the end of this month.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and so and it's a Christian school, but it's the last week in September. So I mean, fall breaks and stuff, and you're going to start this traveling. And I mean, as we head on into fall, and the next thing you know, you've got all the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and all the things. And we'll talk more about that in October, but remembering to cover your packages in the car and all these kinds of things. And I mean, in a minute, I mean, we'll be on top of the sampler that they have, and that just seems to kind of kick it off. I mean, we're getting
right
close,
there,
man. It's just
Yep.
like just rolling downhill when we get on into this kind of season. But what else have you have that you want to talk to anybody about? Anything else that you want to cover?
So we had our 9/11 ceremony
Oh,
last
yes,
week. It was a
absolutely.
great ceremony,
Yeah.
a great turnout.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Saturday, we had our Deputy 550 Foundation softball tournament in honor of
Oh, fun.
Deputy Savannah Puckett.
Yes.
Her mama
Okay.
does that every year.
That's cool.
So that was a fantastic day. Lots of support, lots of people out there.
Mhm.
It was a great tournament. October, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we'll be doing our pink badge challenge. So you'll see some of our deputies out there with their pink badges on.
Okay.
Next month is also our drug take back. Once I have that date, we'll be able to start putting out the flyer for that.
Mhm.
Just staying busy.
The drug take back to kind of that is where, just like when we cleaned out mother's home, when we cleaned out mom and daddy's, we found all kinds of pain pills because they wouldn't take them, but they would get them prescribed, and they would give them to them, and they didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
And those things, you're like, what in the world? And older folks, man, you just can't believe some of the things that you'll find, and just
Yeah, so the drug take
Yeah.
back is, we do it twice a year, and it's where you can bring your unused prescription drugs and drop them off free, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Now we do big ones. We're always at CVS. It's usually in April and October, but you don't have to just do it twice a year. We actually have 2 bins that you can do it all year long at the
Right.
sheriff's office. So
Right.
we have one that's 24/7, that's in our jail lobby. And then we have one that, is just during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. That's in the main sheriff's office lobby. So you don't have to wait for the drug take back days
Right.
to throw those prescription drugs away. You can do that at any point in time throughout the year. We want to make it accessible as we can to people, because one, you don't want to be tossing that down the toilet in the
No.
water supply. You don't want to be doing that. Two, you don't want them to get stolen. You don't want them to get in the wrong hands. We want them off the streets as well. We don't need them being sold or anything like that. So it's just a safe way to dispose of these.
And if you think that you have people in your home, they look for that stuff. People who have problems with this, they go searching, and people who you would never think in a million years working in recovery, the people who I've met that have struggled with this, they are your moms, your dads, your husbands, your wives, your brothers, your sisters. They look like the people you know every single day. I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for, but it doesn't discriminate. It affects everybody. And so, if you've got people, you just never know who might be looking for that stuff. You just got to get them out of your house. Get them out of your house and get rid of them. One other thing, the SOS program, I mentioned this, had the senior center in here. And they were talking about how the it's like senior center month, trying to get folks out to do things. And I told them, I said, it's just so vital to stay involved and stay connected. But for those that are shut in and just really can't get out, I was telling them about the SOS program. So why don't you tell people about that real quick in our last couple of minutes?
Yeah, so the SOS program is a senior outreach service, and it's for seniors 65 or older or disabled. And basically what it is it allows an individual who, like you said, can't get out much, doesn't have family around, doesn't really have anyone to check on them. The sheriff's office will get in touch with them and see how they're doing on a weekly basis, and see if they need anything, if they need help, getting their medications or, their food or anything like that. We have several different resources throughout the community that we work with to get them in touch with or to contact to help them with those specific types of things that they need.
Right. And it's just, think about it, and some people, they just need somebody to check on them. They just need somebody to know that they're, they're there.
The biggest thing with that is that person doesn't have to sign up for it. So if you know somebody and you think they could benefit, you can contact the sheriff's office, and we will go out there and touch base with them and approach them and see, to get onto the program. Because the biggest thing about it, social media is great as far as information sharing when it comes to that. I'm not a big social.
I'm getting less and less.
I'm not a huge social media person, but if you're wanting information out quick, that's a good way to do it. That's what you have to do. That's just the world we live in right now. But the individuals that this program is for is not on social media.
Right.
So this program really has to travel by word of mouth, is for the most part.
Right.
So we've gone to the senior center quite a few times to do the SOS program and kind of give, a speech and program, show the program and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really about word of mouth.
Yeah.
So, if you've got a neighbor that you notice doesn't really get a lot of visits or anything like that, that could benefit from this, if it's one of your family members, your parents, your grandparents, and you just you don't live here, you're not able to check on them as much because you travel for work or things like that. That's one of the biggest ones that we see a lot. It's the families that travel a lot because they could be military families or things like that, and they're just not here very often.
Well, you figure all my kids have moved away, and it's fine. But my kids have moved away, and so when I'm in my 90s or whatever, I'm sure I'll have a support team. But you think about that. If you get to a place where you've got your loved one and you're not in the local area, it's just such a blessing. I love that program. I really do. I think it's just such a great program. And I just love. And I've talked to deputies that say they love their SOS people, and they you know what I mean. They create this relationship.
They do.
And it's just such a special thing. So you can call the sheriff's office and find out about that if you've got somebody that, and if you have any questions, this is the person to talk to, our public information officer. Thank you as always.
Absolutely.
Good to see you and catch up. And you tell Sheriff we want to get him in here so we can get an update from him.
Still trying.
And thank you. I know getting on his schedule is the hard thing.
It's very hard. He's got so many things that he's at. It's just.
And he's going to be an election next year. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right. Fair week, guys. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow we'll be talking. We'll remind you about all the fair stuff, but we'll be talking with County Mayor Billy Vogel. He'll be in here to update us on the County Commissioners meeting. Hope you'll be here as well. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a wonderful day.
took your commandments off the schoolhouse walls.